حياكم الله بودكاست كولوسيوم. معاكم احمد الباز، ماي كو هوست فهد العنزي، او جست حسين الموسوي. معليش توهقت بس اوكي. هذه اول حلقه عندنا بالانجليزي. ان شاء الله في وايد حلقات بالانجليزي، ف ان شاء الله حد سبتايتلز، ان شاء الله في سبتايتلز اوكي. بس ايه بعرفكم اول شيء جست حسين الموسوي.
Hello.
How are you? Fine.
Good. Very good. Thank you.
Coach, former chef, father, husband, etc. Co-bold guy. So yeah.
Full team.
Yeah. I'm in, لا technically I'm in the majority.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm in a minority. I don't have my beard now.
Yeah.
Which they scheduled last week, but
Yeah.
so no problem. Next episode I'm gonna meet again with the beard hopefully. So before we start, how are you?
I'm very good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. 12 years of English school.
Yeah.
Put to good use.
Yes.
Yeah. So, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. Thank you.
Have you been?
Yeah, no, very good. I just came from work, so like it's a long day.
Let's make it short, happy, fun.
Yeah, I'm
first of all,
really
thank you for being our first guest to ever respond.
Oh, my pleasure.
You're the first one, and you're the first one technically we scheduled.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you.
But I'm a second episode.
You're the second, You're the second episode. But technically you should have been
But a
the
lot
first.
of firsts.
Yeah.
Basically.
You're every first except the episode. Yeah.
Abdullah.
I'll call him. I'll make him apologize. No, because Abdullah's episode came like he said, when can we shoot? I said tomorrow. He said sure.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's
straight in. Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you. شكرا حق أحمد خلانا نسجل.
Thank you.
Yeah, because we gave him last minute notice on Abdullah's episode. So
And he agreed to it.
Yeah, he agreed to it. Yeah,
Good man.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
chaos.
Yeah.
No, literally chaos.
Yeah.
But hopefully this is more calm. We can speak normally. You can get more time to speak.
Oh, inshallah. So I imagined like it was just more of a sideline while you guys were.
No, it was. I felt more Duania than an episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we had fun a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Very good.
Okay, let's start.
Yeah.
You had a massive body transformation.
Yes.
You were about what, 100 and...
So the one on my page, I was 115, but the heaviest I've been was like 120.
And you're now?
Now I'm sitting at 82. The lowest I went was 73 for a competition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You look good.
Thank you, sir.
Hopefully you feel amazing.
I feel great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walk us through your body transformation. When did it start? Why did you choose to lose weight?
So the first weight loss actually happened after high school. This was in London, moving over to Kuwait, and I had a gap year where I didn't have anything up until college time. I thought, okay, the years of high school bullying is over. Let me try to transform it a little bit. So at that time, I didn't know much about fitness, calories or anything. I just thought, let me just cut down my portions.
Okay.
6 months later, I lost 30 kilos. In hindsight, it wasn't the best way because now knowing more about calories, I'm pretty sure I was eating at maybe like 1,200 or something.
So were you like cutting your meals in half or like eating less meals?
So the meal frequency was the same. It was just a lot smaller and aiming for like what I thought was healthy. So like brown bread, brown rice.
Oh, okay. So you cut off a lot
chicken.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was difficult, but like it was a very rapid loss. And then the training part actually came in when I was about 18. So I lost the weight at around 16.
Okay.
Training happened when I was 18, and it was in one of those like sort of basement 20 kd needles on the ground sort of gyms. And again, like not the best guidance at the time, just trying to lift heavy, didn't do any squats, bench or deadlift, just and like just push, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All
then,
the upper body.
essentially, yeah.
Amazing.
And then so that happened.
So I'm gonna cut you off. So
me.
that time was, you said you were just about 18?
Yeah, when I started training,
Yeah. So when you said no underground gym, not focusing on actual how to get healthy, how to get better, were there مثلا a friend who told you don't focus on cardio, don't anything, or was it more about you did what you saw?
I was doing what I was seeing really, and
Was it the gym culture at that time?
that was the case. And the thing is, at that time there was no social media or anything, so it was
Yeah.
mainly from men's health magazines. And
Oh,
like,
okay, okay.
Oh,
so-
this was in that time.
yeah, like
Okay.
so 18. So this was what maths. Like 16 years ago or so. So like very early adoption of like especially younger people joining the gym. It's just very old school thinking of training and like especially the coach there.
Was it the same time when they did the raw egg era?
Yeah,
Okay.
essentially. Yeah.
Did you do that?
No, never. Like eggs were huge on the menu, but I remember the trainer there. He just gave me sort of a meal plan, which, again, in hindsight, like looking at it, was more like what bodybuilders do.
Oh,
And
okay.
So what's not on the menu is like steroids and like Anavor and stuff. So like, so yeah, like it was just a chicken, rice, veggies and stuff. But at that time, like I fell into the trap of thinking, okay, if you want to get big, eat big. So like I was eating in a huge surplus. So like I was gaining a lot of fat and muscle at the same time. But then it was just maybe 9 years later, this is when like it was more exposed to me that there's a lot more science to fitness.
Oh, okay.
So this is when I started studying, like looking into like sports science, like general like I started off with like YouTube videos and stuff. Then I was actually reading the studies, the books, and everything. And one thing we'll touch on prior to the coaching part was like the careers that I went through and stuff. But even during all of that, I was still studying on the side.
Studying uni or high school? Or
No, just
general studying.
fitness.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
like finding all the material that I can,
Okay.
and really exposing myself to it. And then, like at that point, I realized, wow, I was doing a lot of things wrong. Like, yeah.
So during that first part, were you aiming to gain muscles or you want to lose fat?
So at that time, I thought like, I mean, the main goal for me was like get abs. Like this is the number one, because especially being overweight, like most of my life, I never got to see them. I'm like, okay, let me see them one day. And like again, like early days, there was that trap of okay, let me just do abs every day. Surely I'll see them, and not knowing much about the food part or anything. And then it was just only once understanding like calories, macros, and stuff, and then I started doing my own meal preps. This is when I started to see a lot more results.
So let's say when you were fat since you were a kid.
Yeah.
Okay. So all through
the first 18 years of my life, I was overweight.
Once you started losing weight, how did you feel? Yeah, and did you feel a big change in your life?
Oh, 100%. Like for one, a lot more confidence. Still, like I was like a shy kid as well. So like that stuck with me for a very long time. It was only until through like college and then going to the gym and stuff, confidence was building ever so slowly. And yeah, and like, but now knowing more of the science, knowing more of how things actually work in terms of health and fitness, I feel the best I've ever felt.
Good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I have one small question. When you lost the weight at that younger age,
Yeah.
did you regain it later a bit?
And it's happened a few times.
Yeah.
Because again, like I didn't know the main principles of losing weight and then keeping it off as well. Then on top of that, like there were stages in my career as a chef where just due to like depression, anxiety, and so on, my main coping mechanism was food.
Oh, okay.
So,
but were you lifting at that time, or no?
so I was trying to keep up with it for a small period, but like working at the hotel that I was at, my shifts would be one day 16 hours. And then the next day, like I would start 5 a.m. So there'd be nights where I'm sleeping on a bench, and then there'd be like zero time for training. So then I thought, that's it, I have to commit to the work. So because I wasn't able to afford food at home, I would eat as much as I can at the restaurant that I was at. And then that was happening for multiple months until I was like, okay, I can't be here. Like,
Makes sense.
not much of the work, because to be honest, with how difficult it was, I was enjoying it. Like I was learning a lot from my chef. There's a certain adrenaline rush when it comes to working shifts and like holding the line and stuff. Like in the beginning, very tough, but by the end of it, I felt like I can take care of like tables alone. But the main thing that caught up to me were the expenses living in London as a entry-level chef, and then living alone, paying rent, and all the amount of bills that you have to pay in London. So then I thought, okay, it's time to move back to Kuwait and build on the career there.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because it was tough. So like when I returned to Kuwait, like while I was in London, like during culinary school and stuff, I also gained weight there. Just because if you're making cakes every day, like you
wanna taste it.
you have to taste it and then finish it. So so
Most important part, finish the cake.
exactly, yeah. You can't just taste.
Especially if it's good.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So yeah, like I gained some weight there, then I lost it again. Then I started working in kitchens, and then I gained it back. And then when I came back to Kuwait, this was 2014, I believe. This was I was 115 kilos then, and then it was back to the journey of okay, time to lose that weight. And then ever since then, I think I've kept it off. It was just last year I had an operation which put me out of training for 4 months, I believe, and that led to more coping mechanism of just.
So was the So you gained, of course, weight after the operation.
Yeah.
So that was how many months post-op?
Post-op, that was about 4 months, and then.
So no lifting, no training.
No lifting, no nothing, because the operation was for my esophagus.
Okay.
So like I had something called achalasia, where the sphincter of the esophagus that's attached to the stomach was very narrow, where I would choke often when I drink water, when I eat or anything. So they had to open that up, and then they told me, like 6 months. They told me after the operation. Like I thought I'll get straight into it. Like
so if they have told you before, it would have been done.
No, like I knew I had to do it regardless, but like it was just a bit more of a shocker. It's like oh wait, I can't lift anything, and then I was worried about my work as a coach and stuff. So alhamdulillah, it's all good now.
So post-op, you gained about how many kilos?
Post-op, I gained about 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
So not a lot.
Not a lot compared to like being 115 or 120. Yeah. Like it's like it's a thing. Like because growing up, coping mechanism was always food. It's always somewhat a part of me, but like just with the practice of everything else, it's easier to hold it down.
Is it still a part of you now?
I would say so. Like there's always the temptation for it, but I think when you have that discipline long enough, it's a little easier to say no.
Okay.
You know, it's always in the beginning with any new habit or whatever. Like when there's that temptation to go for something, saying no is the hardest part.
Yeah, exactly. And also sometimes when you let your body get used to better food, when you have this tempting food, okay, you would enjoy it at that point, but the day after,
and it wouldn't feel the same. Like that level of enjoyment, like it's very temporary. Like you'll feel that little satisfaction. And then just the days after, even like if you're active and you're trying to train and stuff, you'll feel it. Like your body's not used to this like sort of energy that's coming in.
You feel slower sometimes. You don't have gas to continue.
No, 100%. And I think it goes down to biology as well, where like when you overeat, you're signaling the hormones that want to hibernate. You know, so like your body has no reason to hunt anymore. So like, okay,
you sleep, you rest,
relax and stuff. So yeah, like it's always fascinating, like. When you sort of see how the human body can react to certain things, just based on like evolutionary traits of like, again, a hunting gathering. Like it's why sometimes when you're training at a deficit, you have a little sharper focus with things because your body now is in hunt mode because it's not getting the same energy as before.
Exactly.
So then that's why sometimes when you have a meal right before training, you don't feel like training because there's no reason to hunt.
Yeah,
so like sleep or rest or whatever, you know.
Sometimes you train harder on a deficit, like especially on a mini deficit.
100%.
Have more energy than when you're on a maintenance.
So like, it's always been my experience.
Fahad knows when I'm in a bulk, my metabolism is fast.
Yeah.
So I have to eat a lot more.
Yeah.
So I feel I can't train.
100%. Yeah.
Even if I eat 4 hours before, I have no energy.
Yeah.
Even though I eat protein, carbs, no energy.
Like especially when your gut is heavy, you know, like it's already filled with so much. So then just moving becomes difficult. But yeah, like when it's why a lot of people favor also like fasted training in the morning, which makes sense also because especially if you have a heavy dinner and during your sleep or anything, you have enough fuel. Like there's always that myth of people thinking that like, oh, they need some sort of energy right before training because otherwise they can't train.
Exactly.
But when they actually give it a shot, they realize, oh no, this is actually it's actually quite possible.
Some nutritionists like recommend even if you want to eat at a surplus, have like a 4-hour gap between meals, even if they're like small or big.
Yeah.
Like let's say you're in a bulk, you could have a very big meal, but give your body enough time to digest between one meal at a time. Like usually guys just, if they're on a bulk, meal, snack, meal, snack.
Yeah,
meal,
100%. Yeah. No, like it's always a trap because then like you're again sort of conditioning your body that like, okay, get ready to consume energy, not to actually like output the energy, you know. But yeah,
we're gonna get to the next part of your journey.
Yeah.
But we're gonna take a quick break and we'll get back.
Okay, super.
قبل ما نكمل راح ابي اشكر السبونسر مالتنا برفورم اثلتكس. اقوى بصراحه اقوى نيسليب حقي انا كويت ليفتر ككروس فيتر وايد احبه. نعدي موضوع الدعايه صدق انا احب استعملهم يعني وايد اغراض اللي استعملها حق تريننج من برفورم من ريست رابس من ني سليفز اطلاقات بالذات الاطلاقات الجديده حلوه حق ركض. So that's one sponsor. شكرا حق برفورم. use code CAL10 حق 10% off on your next order. وطبعا حق اللي صدق انا احبه ستريب. لا ستريب صدق حق اي واحد عنده مشكله تنفس من خشمه بالذات راح يساعدك وقت التمرين. معلومه توني اعرفها حتى لما تنام تقدر تعمل تنام تدري.
احس فائدته اكثر وقت
اي يعني انا ما كنت ادري انا قلت انه في مواد ثانيه حق النوم لا طلع هذا زين حق الاكتيفيتي وانت نايم. So thank you Strip for sponsoring us. هم كود CAL10 for 10% off على شو اسمه your next order. وهم ابي اشكر بتنس
حبيب
قلبي. تي شيرت روت فول بوتنشل. وخر مايك شوي خلي يبين تي شيرت.
ما ادري قاعد يبين ولا لا بس
اهم شيء النيه.
روت فول بوتنشل.
فهد الله يهديك بس ما بخاطر اقول لك شغله بس ما اقدر.
معلش.
اوكي شكرا حق our sponsors all three of them. Thank you for helping us thank you for supporting us in this podcast. Much appreciated. هم نبي اشكر our production company ABMedia. Thank you for all of this. Moving on now يعني you said you had a lot of careers before you become a coach.
Yeah.
So you were a chef.
So I was a chef.
Professionally trained.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I graduated from Cordon Bleu. Then I worked at a hotel in London for about a year, up until, like as I said, the expenses in London just caught up and I had to bounce. Then working in Kuwait, I think first 4 years working in kitchens, then I had to take a step back a little bit, just because, especially when it came to like creativity, strip.
Buy strip.
So especially when it came to creativity at that time, like now thankfully the food industry is a lot better in Kuwait. At that time it became very copy paste everywhere.
Okay.
So in terms of me as a chef wanting to be creative, I felt there was a roadblock. I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna do like.
So you felt the creativity was more in London than in Kuwait.
Than in Kuwait.
Yeah.
So
was it when you mean creativity, more freedom to create more dishes or
essentially, but like the end up being just more burgers, lotus and desserts, pink pasta, and a lot of the times the owners would just be like, can you make what they made?
Okay.
I'm just like, okay, but like, can we try something new?
So you were more of a cook than a chef.
Essentially, essentially. So it was like 4 years of that, and I was jumping in between restaurants, or maybe 5 years, I forget. And then after that, it was more of the corporate side. So like I was, at one point I was an inventory manager, and then I was a franchise coordinator for one company, which involved a lot of traveling around and stuff. But during that phase, it became a little easier to maintain training. And at that time, like, especially if I had work at like 9 a.m., I'd force myself to wake up 4:30 a.m., go to the gym, do my training, shower, and then head straight to work. And that's when slowly, like, that was sort of, let's say, the inception of like the future career in coaching, because like I dedicated so much time and effort into the training part, where this is the time where I was studying it as well. So this is where I was reaping a lot more rewards. And then it was only during COVID where everything was shut down. This is when I started exploring the ideas. Let me get certified to actually coach. So whenever gyms end up opening, I can do that.
So going back to a few bits.
Yeah.
So doing a corporate job, you were training a lot.
Yeah.
So that's when you chose powerlifting, or was that
not yet.
Pre?
No. So powerlifting came in around 2019 or so. This is when I met my coach and friend now Anthony. Like he introduced me to powerlifting, and oh my, I'm married.
Fire mode.
No, very nice. So there's the new hat range from before, huh?
They have it. They've been
They have
having it for a
a
while.
waterproof one and they have a regular.
They're regular, yeah.
Oh, okay, nice, nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. So like for the outdoor competitions and stuff.
Outdoor competitions,
makes
going
sense.
to the beach, anything.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But in that environment, he looks like going to. Especially yesterday, he looked like he wanted to go to a safari.
Okay, yeah.
He was wearing
He
a
was
shirt,
ready, yeah.
colored shirt. He sat beside the plant behind him, all the greenery.
Oh,
Yeah. No,
it's
perfect.
super green.
No, yeah.
Yeah, green thumb also. But yeah, going back to you,
Yeah.
eventually choosing powerlifting.
Yeah, so like I met Anthony, and then he introduced me to powerlifting. And then it was only my first year of coaching. This is when I was a little bit more exposed to the training community in Kuwait. And people were encouraging me to get into the sport and start competing and stuff. So then I fully switched to like the powerlifting training in general. Before it was more like, okay, training to get fit, athletic, but incorporating powerlifting principles.
So squat depth, bench, full range of motion.
Yeah.
That was something before you joined powerlifting. You were doing it a lot.
A little bit, although I'll admit, like squats and deadlifts, I used to avoid them for a long time just because, like a trap that most people will fall into when they first get into it is they'll try to copy other people's forms.
Okay.
But because I'm 6'3", my leverages are lanky. Like me trying to imitate anyone else is gonna feel very odd. So like, it was only this is where I realized the value of coaching. Where like I went to my coach, he saw my leverages, he was like, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that, and just making it very applicable for me. And then at that point, it was taking off.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Tell me.
How many years have you been training before you decided to become a coach?
I think at that point I was training for about 12 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 12 years, and till this day I think 16 years of training. Yeah.
Honestly, like I've noticed, like the point that you seriously know how to point out as a coach and have like enough experience in terms of movement to coach people is the 10-year mark.
Yeah.
Like the 5-year mark is good to instruct.
Yeah, 100%.
But to become a coach.
Yeah.
To teach people how to actually move, no 10 years.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, like it's the thing. Like to have the eyes of a coach, you need a lot of exposure to it, and you don't get that from just books or anything.
Yeah.
Like it has to be like hands-on experience with people. Like I realized, like with all the books that I've read and stuff, it's only now in the years that I've been coaching, every individual has been a case study. So like they have their own background, their own like maybe injuries or something. Where when you actually start working with them, like you have a new case, like especially with their leverages, their history, their habits, because it's not just about the 1 hour you have with them. It's about what they do outside of the gym. So understanding their behavioral patterns and working with that as well. Because like it's, I think, a lot easier for most people to just PT the 1 hour and then call it a day. But like to be very involved with someone's life, this is where like, I mean, you have a relationship with Fahad now through the coaching.
So Fahad was my coach for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
And has been my friend for 3 years. No, more than 3 years. Since I met him, the first 6 months he was just my coach. He's the instructor at FDD.
Yeah.
But ever since then, no, we've gotten a strong relationship. He's been one of my best friends.
Yeah.
So I see him almost daily.
Yeah.
If not seeing him, we call each other, talk to each other a lot.
Amazing. Yeah.
We talk about, for example, this podcast we've talked about multiple times. So even when he used to PT me, I would also talk, let's start a podcast. But it was never a sports podcast. It was, let's just talk. We realized if we had just talked, we're going to go to prison. so said, eventually, I've gone mature, he's gotten maturer. Sports podcast. Yeah. You have a good background as a coach. I have a good background as someone who's been an athlete, who's studied sports marketing, studied behind the scenes, love the sports entertainment aspect. Yeah. So let's start it. Yeah. Eventually, through, how do I say it? I had to beat it in him. So literally, the moment he said, "Why don't I start a podcast?" the reaction of mine was
It was like, yeah, finally.
no, it was violently finally
Yeah.
full on.
Yeah.
Finally, after all this time, he agreed to do a podcast.
Okay, nice.
So that was about 6 months ago. We've been working behind the scenes. Name. So I've changed name maybe 4 times. I've always liked so Colosseum came from the idea Stad, the arena, Mel'ab.
Yeah.
So no, Stad is too hard, not nice, not universal, not well known.
Yeah.
It's maybe it's purely Kuwait. The word Stad.
Also, like Colosseum has a deeper meaning. It's
Yeah.
like it's entertainment and sport.
Oh, I
Exactly,
like that,
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Are
yeah.
you not entertained? Yeah,
So
like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's always been something we've been moving on. So me and him always went back and forth. Okay, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Even the design of the logo, we went back and forth a lot with it.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And here we are. Episode
Here
2.
we are, exactly. So he's been my coach, my friend, and now he's my co-host.
Amazing. Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a similar story with Anthony. Like, he started off as my coach. Then we became very good friends. And then now he's opened the gym, which is where I work out.
Form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was at my wedding and everything. Like we.
By the way, I used to go to the gym. Amazing place. I went for like 2 months. Then I
Okay.
stopped training fully. So
Oh, I see.
yeah. Well, but the last gym I was on was Form. I love the atmosphere.
Nice.
Especially it's
you should come
24 hours.
again.
Especially it's 24 hours.
Yeah, 100%.
And I like to train at night, so perfect for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, very good. You should come again.
I have no
Bring him
problem.
as well.
No, I have no problem going to the gym, but it's been me going to the gym plus training was harder.
Yeah.
It became increasingly harder, especially that I started running a lot. So leg stress on by riding plus running.
Yeah.
So didn't make it for a good combination.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like
Yeah.
it's hard when you want to find that balance between different like disciplines,
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah. No, 100%. Like even now, recently, I started running like for the first time in my life. I think.
Running is amazing, but
Yeah.
like when you know how to balance it, wow.
Hey, no, so
That's the sweet spot.
100%. So now I'm sort of introducing it slowly. So right now it's gonna be once a week only intervals, testing my capacity a little bit and seeing how it runs with the rest of my program, and then slowly increasing the capacity more and more. And I was surprised, really. Like I was able to keep up.
Yeah,
Like,
especially if you have strong legs.
Yeah.
Like I've noticed, like if you've built your legs, like especially your glutes, hamstrings, calves, your capacity to run would be weird. Like you would be like, if you haven't done it for a while, you'd be like, why is this too easy?
Yeah.
So when you've said this is
makes
the first
sense.
time you've run,
Yeah.
actually, as in running for a purpose or running in general.
Running in general, I think. Yeah.
So in school you didn't play football, you didn't
Not
rugby,
really.
anything?
I was overweight. Like if anything, I forgot my uniform every time. So, so I was like,
okay.
It's like, damn, you know. So then I just sit on the sidelines on my Game Boy. Like that was my life. Yeah. So even like getting into the fitness world, like very minimal cardio. Like I used to only just get my steps in. The max I would do is maybe like a bike for a little bit. But running, because like I do a lot of programming for a few runners. Trying to also balance it out for them. But as you said, like when you have strong legs, hips, and so on, their strides are a lot better. They hold their form as they're running, especially under fatigue and stuff. So then I thought, okay, I need to start getting into this a little bit, just
To understand it more.
So then I'll understand how to balance things a little better.
Exactly.
So yeah, like this is the fun part of
The journey.
yeah, 100%.
So by training powerlifters and runners, so you have insight in both.
Yeah.
Which do you like to train more? As in, who's more funner to train, to coach?
To be honest, like I have maybe less than a handful of clients focusing primarily on powerlifting. Majority of them, they're in it for just building overall strength. The powerlifting aspect is more just powerlifting principles of like. Because with powerlifting, it's about like lifting heavy weights in the most efficient way possible. So it's incorporating some of that along with some like bodybuilding accessories, just to maybe focus on function or aesthetics and stuff. It's more exciting training people within individual sports. I have some people who train in Muay Thai as well, who actually competed in fights and so on. So working with them is interesting because I have to sort of.
You look on different aspects.
100%. So even when it comes to the like strength part, for example, like anyone in martial arts, they strive better based on reaction, not trying to be calculated or technical or anything. So a shoulder press for an individual who wants aesthetics would be different for someone doing a shoulder press for a fight. So like, I want them to be more explosive. It's like, Adi, use your legs, use your hips. Like, just try to move the weight as fast as possible. So conditioning them in that environment always helps them for their sport.
Have you heard about this method? Some coaches use like a velocity building kind of set. Like basically, I would give you build to a heavy 3, but as explosive as
possible. Yeah.
Like if you're slow, that set doesn't count,
Yeah.
and the lower weight would be that point. And so basically, they would do that. Then after they do that, like they work on it percentage wise, and it's purely about being explosive rather than just
100%. Because with explosiveness, like you do want to do it in a way where you're not overshooting as well. So it has to be a lot more calculated than other methods.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick break again and talk back in a few minutes.
Lovely.
So we've talked about how you started in fitness, how you got into become a coach. Why a coach, not a nutritionist? Especially you came from a culinary background.
Yeah.
Why not a nutritionist?
Yeah, no, it would make sense to go that route, but I think I was more exposed to sort of the skill-based things of movement, and something I wanted to tap into a little more. And like to a degree, what I liked about the coaching aspect, because being a nutritionist, I feel like I won't be as connected to people when it comes to coaching them. You know, whereas especially when you're coaching someone one-on-one, you're lifting loads, you're teaching form and stuff. When you're under fatigue and load, you become a little vulnerable. Yeah. So you see a lot more behavioral patterns from people. So when it comes to tapping into like, whether it's habits, like mental health stuff, like it's a little easier to tackle, because this is one thing I love about what I'm doing. When it's not just the sort of physical side of transformations, it's also more of the mental side.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
So addressing that most of the time. So like during the one-on-ones, this is where.
So
like,
as a nutritionist, you would feel you'd be more isolated. You
Essentially.
wouldn't have more of a connection with the people you coach, you instruct, you give advice to.
100%.
So
like,
you wanted to be hands-on with that.
Yeah,
Makes
but
sense.
Yeah, and with that, like there is the like sort of nutrition part to it as well, because like I have my certification in both, and like PT and also nutrition. So it's more of a secondary thing, but I didn't want it to be a primary thing. Because like I feel like if I just sat down writing plans and macros for everyone, like
you wouldn't be inspired to continue.
Yeah.
So basically, for you, like the PTs aren't just about like workouts; it's about behavior,
The connection between coach and
lifestyle,
athlete,
and the workout.
100%, and
It's
because
more hands-on work.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's,
honestly, it makes sense.
Yeah, because it's a thing. If it's just about the 1 hour, then most likely whatever transformation they go to won't be sustainable. Because the only way to have sustained change is if you look internally, more than just externally what you're doing and whatnot. Like it's there's a lot of inner work that goes into it.
Do you communicate that with the clients before they sign up?
Not
like
entirely.
a PT plan,
No,
or
no.
it's just part of it. Like some clients, you would go deep in that side. Some clients more about movement.
It's essential that way, because like not everyone wants to suddenly break that wall that they have in front of them, right? Okay. So like. Mainly, like if someone comes in, it's like, okay, we'll talk about the process and everything. But then when there's a prompt there, or when there's an opportunity, this is where we talk more about the psychological, you know. So, but it's mainly due to their feedbacks or their insights on things. Then just giving my input on things, and more than anything, I just want them to walk away with a new idea in mind.
So you care about the connection between the athlete and the coach, as
100%.
Giving advice, being more of a friend than instructor. Do this, lift that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because it's the thing, like not all advice is equal for everyone. Yeah. You know, so like you really have to understand the individual first before you offer anything. You know, some people can be very quick to give an opinion or advice when they don't know the background of the person, or like what they're going through or whatever.
That's actually a good reason to be a coach. A good reason to have you as a coach, as someone that cares about an athlete.
Yeah. Because
I've met coaches that, okay, he doesn't, not necessarily all about the money, but doesn't care about the connection. He cares more about you doing well physically, just physically. He cares about you physically. Or even nutritionist. Yeah. You doing well nutritional wise, eating well, sleeping well, but he doesn't care about everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. And like, especially because like, even recently I had a few clients who, like whatever whatever worked for other clients wouldn't necessarily work for them.
Yeah.
So they tend to want to do things at their own pace. And I'm like, okay, I'll follow, because then with time, if they progress at their own pace, they themselves will find other ways to progress in other aspects. And then this is where I open the door. I'm like, okay, so this is how you do it. Okay. So then they follow that.
Do they go slower or faster?
Once they want to open that door, they tend to accelerate the progress a little bit. But then it's important to allow that, because even in my time, like I've trained for 16 years or something, but maybe a good 9 years was based on like either misinformation or whatever. I didn't know everything at that point. There were only some moments or some events in life that inspired me to be like, no, I need to learn something new. I need to try something new. But at that time, I wasn't asking people. I was trying to read, So it was only when I had the coach that I realized, no, it's important to actually seek help from someone. I'm like, let me be that for other people as well, So like, so yeah, and it's a part that I love about the job.
Okay.
That's amazing.
So question now. You've been powerlifting about 5 years? 5, 6
Around
years?
5 years, yeah.
Okay. Have you competed?
Once.
Yeah. How was that experience?
Incredible. Like, it was very stressful. The only reason why I did it anyway was because I have stage fright. Like, there was a big chunk of my life where I was very isolated, very shy, very introverted. And I thought, okay, there's something I need to do, I need to face, because if I don't do it, then like I never will. Thankfully, I got first place, and the prep itself, the cut and everything, especially like being 6'3", you don't see people 74 kilos.
Yeah.
So like I was in the lineup, and I'm just like the tallest one, and I'm looking down, and I'm like, oh, shit. But yeah, like incredible experience. And then I was meant to go for more competitions right after.
But you had the surgery?
Not the surgery. No, I had some other tweaks with like my hip and my lower back and stuff. And then it was just a lot of rehab with that. And then I got married, and then competition was meant to happen again. But then I had a kid, so a lot of responsibilities started coming in, where it would have been very hard to focus
and say discipline in training and everything.
Yeah, 100%. Because if I try to apply the discipline for my training for preparation, like I have to be all in, or like it's very hard to balance everything else. So when it started to affect my relationship with my wife and stuff, I was like, okay, I need to take a step back a little bit, focus on the family, and focus on the work.
So you don't currently plan on competing soon?
Not anytime soon, but in my training, I have it in mind that I do want to compete at some point.
Okay, so you stay at a high level of training.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of competing, like, is the environment like healthy for you, like in terms of competition, like in the sports itself?
In the sports itself, I would say yes, like at least within the media environment. But like the country is small sometimes. You pick up on like chatter or word from other people when it comes to competition.
Nothing happened.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yes.
Focus on me. Stay away.
So yeah, like, but thankfully, like within our groups and our circles and stuff, it is a very healthy vibe.
That's good.
Especially because I think when it comes to powerlifting, like there's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of moments where you have to face your fears to lift something heavy. So a lot of people get that. So even strangers, sometimes they'll jump in and start hyping you up. It's like, yeah, come on, you got
That's
this.
amazing.
Yeah. Especially at Forum, like it's a small gym, so everyone feels the hype when there's a big lift happening. And at times, like people will put like a soundtrack from like Dragon Ball or like the anime of choice or their movie of choice, so then they can feel hyped and stuff.
That's really cool.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, you've said you've been shy.
Yes.
So has training powerlifting and coaching powerlifting, has it destroyed the shyness and made you more confident, more...
Yeah. Like even some people won't believe it, but I used to have a major stutter before.
Oh, okay.
Where like I could barely string a sentence together. But I think the experience of coaching, that helped most of all. And I think what helped most is because I was so in tune with the field that it became very natural for me to talk about it. If you asked me to do a podcast 2 years ago, I wouldn't have done it.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good thing
that's a big win.
Yeah.
That's a very big win.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Because like, it's the same thing with any movement in training. The more you do it, like the more better you are at it. So just speaking to people and like being responsive to them and stuff, like it helped a lot.
Honestly, yeah, especially leadership goals.
Yeah.
Like they build character in
100%.
a way that you wouldn't expect, honestly.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, have you like noticed like your intelligence increased, especially when you got more in shape and like in terms of IQ?
In terms of IQ, I mean, it's hard to measure. Like I haven't measured that. I think I don't remember the number actually, but in a sense, yes, because
like from a cognitive point.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because like especially like when you're in a realm where like science is involved, you have to be on your feet with what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right. So like it's kind of like if you're playing a video game, you're experimenting with the mechanics until it finally clicks.
Exactly.
So with every client, it is like that, where you, like based on everything you know, explore the pieces that might actually help with this puzzle.
Yeah.
So then you're always working something out, and then when you actually put the experiment in place and see what the results bring, then those results feed into everything else you're doing. So it's so yeah. To answer that question, I feel so like a lot. Yeah.
So as a coach, personally, I wouldn't ask someone to do something I wouldn't have done it personally.
Yeah.
So you joining a competition, would that have built you and advising some of your clients? So now you can do a competition. Does that experience help you?
Yes.
With that or not?
Yeah, no, I would say so. Like I only had one athlete in a competition, and I actually have my wife competing soon as well. It's because of that experience I'm able to give my advice when stress comes in, and especially because when it comes to prep for a competition, you're accumulating a lot of fatigue, and when that's accumulated, it plays with your hormones, so it plays with stress, and like sometimes you'll think and say things that like in the moment like it's just coming out just because your body is stressed,
Yeah.
So sometimes like I have to bring it up to the clients. It's like, listen, like your fatigue is high, so trust me, once you taper, once you deload or whatever, like you'll feel a lot more at peace. You'll feel a lot more calm with the situation,
Exactly.
Yeah, like this is another aspect of like being in a training and like feeling the fatigue and seeing how it affects stress and stuff. Understanding that a lot really brings to light how other people treat stress and so on. Because especially people who start training, these days there's a big like trend or fad of like always train to failure.
Yeah.
Which is
just gonna make you more super stressed.
Yeah, and like people don't see it. Like especially like young kids who first get into training. They see on social media, it's like, oh, train like hard sets to failure, and then this is where you make gains, it's optimal and all this. I hate the word optimal. So then
everyone's optimal
like
different. Everyone said that. Everyone's optimal different.
Yeah. And not only that, like especially beginners, you won't know what optimal is until you have some experience.
Yeah.
You need to try different things to find, okay, this is what works for me. So when they do hard sets all the time, and they're under high stress, but like young people, they can hold stress for a long time. But then when another stressor comes into their life of like exams or like something happens in the family and stuff, they need a lot of will and like, mainly will to go into the gym to do those hard sets. But because they can't do that, what happens? They don't go to the gym.
You know the overflow method?
Yeah.
Like when you have like a cup of water.
Yeah.
You like water.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Basically.
Hydrate. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Can you give me the water bottle?
Yeah, sure.
No, that one.
Ah, this one.
The actual fun one. Yes. So, drink water.
Yes.
Drink water. Plus, if you have one by Perform, that's healthier. Don't take my advice, please. I'm not a health professional. I like to talk about sports. I'm not that well health-wise. So yeah, but hydration is always important.
Yeah,
no
100%.
matter what.
Yeah, like we're about 90% water. So like
that's why I'm drinking a lot.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, like when you use the
overflow
method, you would actually understand how everything functions. Like I usually tell my clients, what is the ideal plan if you're on your worst day ever? And that's how I program their
fantastic. Yeah.
Across the week. And they would be super consistent when they're like that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but because then like it's why it's great like sort of programming for people who you witness them through different stages of their life. Because then when you reflect what they're going through and you work with it, you allow them to understand their own capacity when it comes to things, right?
Exactly.
And like
Sometimes they overshoot it,
100%.
especially after a peak.
Yeah, 100%, because like the adrenaline is there at that point, you know. So it's like, yeah, let's do it.
So I feel targeted right now. I'm gonna let it slide. So we're near the end of our podcast. I want to ask you a few questions.
Tell me.
So now you spoke about your wife being trained by you.
Yeah.
You've been a chef. So does that affect your personal life? Do you cook for your family? Do you instruct your kids on to train at least, move a bit? Is that something you bring to your home?
Yeah. So we're trying to expose like my stepdaughter now to the gym, the training environment. I've been taking my son, who was only born like 8 months ago. Took him to the gym the other day for the first time. In terms of cooking and stuff, when I have the time, like I try my best. Because otherwise, like most days, I work from like 6 a.m. to like 6 p.m. Nowadays, a little longer as well. But it's nice that like I can imagine the family in general will grow as a very like healthy family household.
Awesome,
you know?
awesome.
Which is a dream of mine, you know. Like it's especially me growing up overweight. I don't want that for my kids.
No, as someone growing up underweight, I understand that completely.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't want that for your offspring. Yeah.
No, I hope my son to be a Greek god. Just by 15. But knowing myself, it is
on a horse as well. Like
on a horse with a sword bow. Yeah. Leading a legion to war. Yeah, sure, why not? but that's something.
The fantasy of the Roman Empire.
Let's rebuild Rome. Yeah.
Colosseum.
Yeah, but that's awesome that you also try to bring that to your family, personal life. That's something most people neglect.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So people think, as I'm a coach, after I finish my working hours, I do
that's
what
it. Yeah, no, 100%. Because it's a thing like coaching, training. It saved me from a lot of like pits that I was in before. You know, so like. I'd want that to be all across my life. Like if I had a household that wasn't into it, I wouldn't want it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. No, alhamdulillah.
So going more to your social life now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask about your social media.
Okay.
Social media.
Yes.
So first of all, why TSUNAMI?
So TSUNAMI. So early days of me coaching and like having to post content to like get my name out there and stuff. It was just Hussain Almosawi. But then just a main thing that I used to always tell my clients is that they need to stay hydrated, drink more water, you know. Almost daily, like I'll be posting like not just pure reminders, like mainly jokes, references to water all the time. Talking about like you want to train until your muscles feel the burn. You know what helps with burns? Water, you know. Okay. So it would be like posts like that, and then just through some clients and stuff, they started calling me Tsunami Hussain, and then with time I changed my name to that, and then it was only fairly recently, like a year ago, where I actually came up with the branding with one company called Guideline, and I thought, okay, now's the time. Like, I mean, the goal was to have a bigger online platform so I can do online coaching and stuff. Then I realized with the busy hours now, I don't have time for that. And like, I much prefer the one-on-ones anyway. So it's just there as like once in a while, if I have an idea to post something, I'd post it. Because like I like this format of podcasts and stuff because we can talk like mindset, experiences and stuff. And it's something that's hard to convey on social media. These days, like some coaches online, like they'll just post, don't do this exercise like this, do it like this.
Yeah.
You know?
And literally just facts.
Yeah. And
most people copy and paste each other. Whatever industry you are, especially in the sports industry, most coaches just see, that coach is famous, let's do what he does.
100%. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it becomes a curse as well, because like it holds back on, because we spoke briefly on how important it is for people to be experienced with people. When you're just creating content, you're not experiencing.
Sometimes like there's some coaches that are just good at content. Exactly. They're not good at coaching.
100%. So like they'll sell a template of a program to many people, and that's their income. But like then there's nothing really meaningful with the clients also. You know.
Have you ever tried like a hybrid style of coaching in terms of like online and PTs?
So I do have some online clients. They follow a program and such. It's fairly hands-off unless they're very hands-on with like sending me videos and wanting my feedback and stuff. This is where I'm like, okay, I can give you all of that, you know. And it's usually through those experiences where it inspires some idea for like content on the page.
That's amazing.
If there's something that's commonly like amongst my clients that's an issue, I'll be like, okay, here's how I can address it. You know?
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
So that's the main inspiration for some of the content, because I love tackling more of whether it's mindset or a few cues and stuff. Because like I said earlier, everyone has their own leverages. Everyone has their own anatomy. So one video on how to bench press won't apply to everyone. Like I need to be hands-on with them to really show them like this is how you should do it. You know. So yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen your page. It's very well organized, very aesthetic, but it's still useful. It's not like just aesthetic for the aesthetics. No, it's aesthetic plus informational plus content from yourself.
Yeah.
Which is the best kind of content, to be honest.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. No, I appreciate that. Like, it's nice to get that feedback because, like, because I think you feel this as well when you try to be creative. That like, when you're producing a lot with no feedback on your creativity, your production and stuff, it's hard to be inspired to do other things differently or to improve upon and whatever, you know.
So we'll get to it in a minute, but I always love when, for example, my client, my friends, my family, anyone. So when I'm going to ask you eventually a message to the audience, I want to know what, for example, their response to the episode, how they gauge it, so I can improve.
Yeah.
Without getting a feedback, how can I improve? So just like a coach.
Yeah.
If your client doesn't tell you what aches him, what movement does he feel comfortable with, how do you move on?
Exactly. Yeah, no, 100%. No, it's
there's
so
a very famous sports marketing person. Like she gave really good advice in one of her reels. She usually works with sports brands and coaches. She's like, yeah, just treat it like you're training. It's about repetition.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah, until you figure it out, like it's and then you learn more from your own techniques and stuff. Yeah.
So I've just started this podcast. I'm hosting another program. So I'm still getting used to talking in front of camera more often, being more confident with that.
Yeah.
I have no problem speaking in front of the camera, but it's still the me taking a break,
100%, yeah.
me thinking about my next question without something dumb, repeating the same question twice, three times.
Yeah.
So it's always the repetitions.
100%, yeah.
And the more feedback I get from the viewers, the friends, anyone, even the guests, can make me improve for the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, no, it's like any famous artist. They go through a lot of drafts before they create a masterpiece, you know? So you have to make mistakes. It's the only way you learn from life.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, wisdom. Hashtag.
Like, what's the best exposure you've had with like clients in terms of like referral? Like, is it like do you usually retain clients from like the gym you work in, or like people refer people to you, or is it social media?
So thankfully, so in the beginning it was mainly social media, but then because there was one post that I made where because on my page there are posts of my like physical transformation, then there was one where not many people talk about was mental health. So that resonated with a lot of people. So then they're like, okay, let me approach this guy and speak to him and like start coaching, and it's like, okay, on board. And then with time, because again, Kuwait is tiny, so word of mouth becomes a very powerful tool. And it became quite easy where like someone would know of me through a friend and it's like, hey, can I come see you? Are you free? And whatnot. I'm like, yeah, come on board. So yeah, especially in Kuwait, word of mouth is very powerful.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Awesome. Unfortunately, unfortunately, we are at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So first of all, I want to thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to thank Fahad. I want to thank the team behind the scenes, the cameraman, everyone. Okay. I want to thank our sponsors, Perform, STRYP, Bitness, ABMedia, everyone. Seriously, everyone that supports us, even by viewing. If you're viewing, you're liking, you're sharing anything, thank you. That means the world to me, and to Fahad, and to Hussain, and to everyone here. So I'm gonna ask you one last question.
Tell me.
Do you have a message? Anything? What do you, from this episode especially, that you want to share to the people behind the scenes on the camera, anywhere?
I like one thing we were talking about with you learn better with repeating. So never be afraid to start. Be hands-on, get your experience, do it while you're hydrated as well. Thank you.
Thank you all. بس إذا عندك شيء تبي تقول شيء؟
Just take one bit at a time.
bad marketing, bad branding. That's terrible. That's a 0 out of 10 for me. Okay, thank you all. نشوفكم على خير إن شاء الله. حلقتنا الجاية مع ضيفنا اللي ما أدري من ضيفنا الجاي، بس عندي وايد ضيوف بخاطر أكلمهم. نتشرف فيكم كل حلقة وكالعادة. أتشرف بالضيوف، أتشرف بالكوهوست مالي. فيعطيكم العافية ونشوفكم على خير. السلام عليكم.